I had the greatest question after last week's video, and I just had to come on here and answer this. Her question was, Erin, what does it really mean to be in your feminine energy? Because from what I'm hearing, it just means that, well, feminine energy is about receiving and flowing and having bubble baths and eating dark chocolate if you feel like it. Like, how do you get the regular things in life done? And I was just like, that is perfect. I really need to do a video on this. So today's video is giving you the lowdown on what does it mean to truly live life as your truest, highest feminine self. Just quickly, before we get started with this great topic, if you have not already subscribed to this channel, please do, because it is all about empowering you. So hit that little subscribe button and the notification bell as well, so that you know every time I do release a video. All right, now let's get into it. So last week's video, I was showing you how to heal your masculine energy. And if you haven't watched that, I'll put a link somewhere up here and in the description box below. Basically, I said that we've been raised in a masculine society, and not just a masculine, a wounded masculine society. And so the only standards for how to live and be worthy and be successful are like, you have to do it like this. And for the females, every quality that makes us female, every feminine energy that we were born with and we were meant to expand in this world was shut down, diminished, devalued, and we just do not know how to live in our feminine energies. And so what we've done to compensate, because the feminine is very good at this, is to be flexible and to mold ourselves to be with what everybody says that we should be and how we should act and how you do become successful and how you do get powerful and respect. But that hasn't served us. And so last week's video was about me showing you, like, if you feel that you are too controlling, this is how you can bring yourself out of it in the moment. If you felt a tendency of perfectionism, how do you start moving yourself out of that? Like, they were quick snap ways to bring yourself back into harmony with your feminine self. So yes, diffusing some aromatherapy, putting on some beautiful music is a way to calm you down, to snap you out of that go, 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 and remember what it means to be feminine, okay? However, just know that those are ways of you returning to the feminine, but it's not how to live your day-to-day life as a female. See, the masculine is about doing. The feminine is the way of being while you're doing something. It's not just being. And it's not just doing. The way that I teach about living life in your feminine confidence is being a certain way while you do certain things, okay? The being is the feminine, the doing is the masculine. For a woman to have feminine confidence, it's got to be the two. Now, at the end of last week's video, I said that women are their most fulfilled, most happy, most impactful, living about 80% of their feminine and 20% of their masculine. So they're doing things, but if they're mainly coming to those things in their feminine energy, that's when the magic happens. And I think that more needs to be talked about. How do you be in your feminine while you're doing the masculine? So let me get more specific about that right now. I'm going to give you two very powerful examples. So you might want to get a paper and pen right now and note some of these things down, because this is good. The first example I'm going to give is an example when you're at home doing tasks. Okay. The second one will be more of a work one. Let's focus now on just an activity that you have to do and that makes your life more easy. So I really recommend a certain style of menu planning or meal planning. That little organizational structure, which is very masculine, that allows you to create a shopping list, to buy certain things, to keep your budget really nice, and for you to come home and know that you have got healthy ingredients and are going to support you to make any one of these meals that you planned. Again, the masculine structure is the planning. Now let's get to how does the feminine come into that? I create a feminine environment. I put on some music that I know makes my soul light up. Normally Parisian. I'm creating the ambiance. I might very well light some aromatherapy, but it's probably already on in my household because I do that in the morning. And for me, I make sure that I seek out lovely shopping list pads, lovely printouts for my meal planning, so that when it goes up on my fridge, I love looking at it. So the whole experience is pleasurable for me. I tune in. Which kind of food do I feel like having this week? Tuning in to your intuition, receiving guidance. That's feminine. Going to those specific cookbooks and scrolling through them and seeing, going onto my Pinterest board and getting inspired. That's the feminine, you see? If I move on to more of a work one, I always go back to showing examples of women who are leaders in their industries. They are people like Sarah Blakely, owner of Spanx, Whitney Wolf, who is the founder and CEO of Bumble, the dating app that is really geared to an empowerment of women in the whole dating space. And when they have ever been asked what has been their key to their success, they said that I did what felt right to me. I was empathetic and compassionate with my staff. I tried to create harmony between all of the teams. I listened to all of them, heard their opinions, and then I made the final decision. Okay, that's the leader. That's the woman with feminine confidence who has a strong back, but she's leading with the softness. She's listening. She's trying to hear. She's being open to other people's opinions, not saying, this is what's happening. This is what we're going to do. You go execute it. Okay, it's more collaborative. But she's also taking into account her knowledge, her expertise, her wisdom, right? Her experience. Both Sarah Blakely and Whitney Wolf said was that I didn't ever read a leadership book. I didn't take any leadership courses. I really led with my gut. The intuition. And they tune into the feeling, what feels right, what feels in alignment with truth, what feels expansive, right? This is how a woman leads. It even begins with how she starts her day. You know, I know one question that was asked of Whitney Wolf was, okay, so you're creating harmony with your staff and you're making all this collaboration and you're trying to be compassionate with everybody, but how do you create harmony within yourself? And she said this, well, for me, I often step back and see things from a broader, more spiritual perspective. What am I always talking about? Elegant perspective? Huge. So I hope that giving you the home example and the work example really brings home to you that yes, you are still doing things. Yes, you still have a vision of how you want your life to be. And yet the way you're doing those things, the way you're receiving the actions to take, the way you're showing up, the way you're having a look at things is always coming from the feminine first, you see? So I hope this clears all this up for you. I have a lot of other different videos on feminine energies. I'll put a playlist here for you. I have the feminine energy playlist. And if you have any further questions, please do put them in the comments below, because I'm sure your question is one that so many others have as well. So on that note, ladies, make it an elegant, feminine week, and I will see you next time.